I still have like 10 pounds of sweet potato
Yeah,
at
it's
home,
like-
but it's very healthy.
I mean,
But-
you cannot just eat the same stuff all the time.
No,
Think about
I
nutrition
mean,
and so on.
you know, I mean, I'm always eating healthier now, so
Get some cricket
I'm
powder.
very conscious of what I eat.
No, I'm
That shit's
curious.
great.
I'm curious what other single man is trying to eat well and so on. Are you eating well?
Yeah. Lately, I've been eating like healthy soups. So you know, soups are easy, right? You just put like all the veggies that you want
Uh-huh.
in there, and you flavor it up however you like, and then you add water, and boom, you know, you had a soup.
This totally sounds unhealthy to me.
Really? Why?
What?
Veggies are all filled with vitamins and healing properties, and yeah.
Okay.
And then water. I mean, we're like 80% water. You know. Yeah, this is important.
Personally, I'm taking huge priority in intaking or as much protein as I can. I'm always
Because
struggling.
you're
I'm trying to build muscle, but it's really hard to eat protein. You know, an egg only has 8 grams of protein, and you are trying to eat, say, your body weight in pound per gram
Yeah.
in protein,
yeah.
and I am like half. I have much money. I'm so full.
How many eggs do you need?
Yeah, okay, 8 grams. So say I'm 160 pounds, let's say, right? That means I need to eat 20 eggs just to get my protein feed a day, which is impossible, right?
But that's why they made protein powder.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm trying to put protein powder in everything, even coffee. It's like, oh my god, I gotta eat more protein.
yeah.
And I
Watch your kidneys, man.
yeah,
It's not good for you.
like I'm trying to eating healthy has been very challenging for me. So that's what I mean. So
Because you're trying to intake so much protein.
yeah.
You don't have enough for.
No,
nutrients.
seriously. What happened was that during the summer I was trying to bulk up, so I used to buy a lot of meat from Chinatown and eating them,
Yeah.
and I was able to bulk up a little bit.
Okay.
So in the winter, because I got the instant pot, I've been
Yeah.
cooking a lot of veggies, right? Potatoes and rice and so on.
Yeah.
So because I cook it, and I'm the person that if I cook it, I gotta eat it. So I have
Yeah.
to eat these things. So I'm eating less meat, and my weight started to drop as soon as I started doing
But
that.
that's your natural weight, though. It's, you sit at a natural
Yeah,
weight.
but I don't want to lose muscles. The
Yeah.
only thing I can lose is muscle at this
Yeah,
point.
but you're forcing yourself to keep muscle. That's not good.
You want to become more muscular. It's just hard to keep on for me.
But it's just you're forcing yourself to be something you're not, right?
Isn't that what we're all trying to be?
Yeah, but I mean, you're not.
Well, no. What I am is one thing. What I want to be, I have to go for what I want
But you have
to
to
be.
sacrifice your kidneys.
Not
No,
necessarily.
eating proteins is like you're
Is
forcing yourself. You're just.
Is it bad for kidney?
It's. I know, forcing yourself to put on extra muscle.
Uh-huh.
Like say, okay, let's say you put in maybe 20% more muscle.
Uh-huh.
I think it's okay, but you're just gonna get to a point where it's just you're putting your body.
Not anywhere near the level of muscular structure. I'm not even. Yeah.
I don't know, because when I was like, when I worked out in Hong Kong,
Uh-huh.
I put in a lot of hours, ate a lot,
Uh-huh.
and it just felt like it wasn't me. When I woke up, it felt like when I got to my biggest point,
Uh-huh.
it felt like me and my muscles have just completely separated. My muscles
What?
felt like
Okay.
a meat suit, right? And I felt like a weak skeleton just moving it around.
Wow.
If I didn't eat, my muscles just didn't want to move, right?
Uh-huh.
It's just like
Because it's constantly you're working out and you're eating. You're working out and you're eating, right? That's how. You,
it
you
just
keep
felt
the
like my muscles were like, "Fuck you,
Oh wow.
we're not cooperating."
This is like psycho. I mean, not psycho, but psychotic.
No, that's how it felt like. It felt like I was a skinny guy in a meat suit.
Oh,
It just felt like they just didn't want to work.
But
until
how
we-
long were you bulked up?
When I got to that point, I thought, okay, that's it. I don't need all that muscle.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
So
So the word is cognitive dissonance, maybe.
No, I went to that point. It's just like,
Yeah.
why am I doing this, right?
Yeah.
It's not like girls found me more attractive because I was muscular. Because
What?
Asian girls don't give a shit about muscles.
I'm sure some
No,
girls.
in Asia. In
Some do,
Asia,
yeah.
That's true. They prefer actually skinny guys.
they want guys who are athletic and tanned in Hong Kong,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay.
And probably mostly tall. They don't need a muscular guy, but they need a guy who looks like he can survive a street fight, right? And you don't need lots of muscle for that. You need to be packed, like jacked. But
You should be shredded for that look. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
you don't even have to need to be shredded. Just you can just fake it with some muscles here
I mean,
on your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, no, the what I mean is like you need some certain like body fat percentage for you to have a definition. Is what I mean.
No, but you can fake it, right?
Can you?
Yeah, you can fake the shape. Like I found, like I worked up my shoulders, I made my back a bit bigger, so you got definition here, and I made sure my gut wasn't too fat, and kind of faked a kind of a triangular.
It's not fake. You actually made a nice shape.
No, but there's nice shape, and then there's kind of fudging it, right? I was kind
what
of
he did
tubby,
is
but
he worked on the
pretty
basics, right?
muscles.
So having like broad shoulders and
pretty
then a little
muscles.
waist, right?
and I knew if I worked up my chest, I'd look like a gorilla, so I didn't work it out too much. And if my arms got too big, then I would look stumpy, right? So I just gave my arms definition, but I kept them kind of stick-like, right? So proportionally, my arms weren't like huge.
Okay.
If I had huge arms, I've been to the gym. I've seen the guys with huge arms and big chests, and they were like shorter than me, and they look like dwarves from D&D, right? They weren't very short, but because they had long hair, huge arms, huge chest, and that the Columbo gut,
Yeah.
and they look like dwarves, right?
Yeah,
And
they were taking that steroid and everything.
I'm like-
weight gainer and
I'm
stuff.
like, no, I'll work here, make myself look wide, and I'm good with that,
Did
right?
you take steroid? Okay.
Motherfucker, I can't afford steroids.
Steroids are very cheap. What are you talking about?
No, dude, people on steroids, they spend like, what, $3,000 a month on that shit?
Really?
Yeah, steroid cycles are expensive, man.
You don't want to turn into a girl either.
I'm sure steroid, the substance is not
No,
expensive.
no,
but-
dude.
Yeah.
But no, if you go online and you watch YouTube, these guys will talk about, they spend half of their paycheck on their
Holy crap.
their hormones and their steroids or whatever. It's just not that one shot. There's like a whole bunch, right?
All right. I never considered taking steroid in my life.
That's a good thing. I don't condone that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay, back in your case, I hope you just don't get bigorexia, right?
no, I mean, I just want to get more muscle. You know, where
Do the chicks like the muscle or something, or what?
they don't hate it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Although, yes,
If
the
they're
look-
too big, I think they
Yeah.
do not
yeah.
like huge
So,
guys. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
you would look good with packing on another 30 pounds. You'd fucking be huge.
people,
Yeah, you have a good height for it,
It's,
yeah.
it's never really like number one priority to a girl that the guy has a muscle or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's in top 5 or top 10 for sure. Among the things they grade on. That's what they keep telling me.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
top 5, maybe top 10.
I mean, depending on girls, some girls have
Yeah.
in top 5.
And I think it's
top 10,
most girls, right? Like there's
Yeah.
a very small percentage of girls that want the guy who's a huge champ. And those guys-
I mean, I been keep showing people Arnold Schwarzenegger the pumping iron pictures. I haven't found a single girl who said that's really great.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I haven't,
Yeah,
haven't met a single girl yet.
back
yeah.
in the day when he used to go around, like
Yeah.
people thought it was. I mean, there was a couple girls that were like, "Oh wow, so cool! Like you can
And
lift both of us." but-
I sometimes watch pumping iron again. It's like that's what I want.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, like,
Bigorexia.
especially even back then, because it was very unusual to see guys like that. I mean, everybody thought they were a freak.
Yeah, but look at Arnold doing poses. Just
Yeah.
beautiful human body.
Yeah.
But he did it beautifully.
Yeah.
But it was
There's a
freaky,
lot-
and a lot of girls
Well, he's
really
a tall
don't
and
like
he's
that.
muscular. It's like when he was doing his pose, it's like wow, that's a Greek statue, muscular, beautiful.
He did it well. There's a
Yeah.
lot of guys
Yeah, I'm sure.
big
like,
nowadays, but they look
that's
like
why-
crap.
Yeah, that's why he's like Mr.
Yeah.
Whatever universe, like
Olympia.
Yeah, Olympia like 8 times, whatever, 6, 7, 8 times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I look at the body, it's like wow, that's really great. Not that I can never achieve it because I probably don't have the genetics for that.
You look like one of those long distance runner.
I am,
Type.
yeah. I think my more naturally, I am more endurance athlete. I think endurance athlete because I am actually perform better than the. I mean, I find it easier for me to run longer distance than do the weight training for sure. But well, that's what I mean. For summer I work to gain muscles, and as soon as I convert my diet into introduce more potatoes and rice. I've been losing weight the whole like 2 months now. It's like
But were you losing muscle or were you losing?
I mean I'm not I'm assuming I'm not losing fat because I don't have much fat to lose to begin with.
Oh, okay, I get you.
But yeah, my weight dropping must mean I'm losing muscle.
But I mean, there's so many different ways that even in vegetables, there's have some protein. You could just, everything.
Yeah.
You just, beans, like chickpeas, like
Lentils and
yogurt, meat.
I was pouring down those green tea just to add some
And
protein.
instead of rice, have quinoa. Quinoa has protein in it.
No,
So
okay.
there's, tons of things, right? Like
Actually, rice has decent protein profile, it seems to me.
yeah, but quinoa has more.
Really?
Yeah.
But
And it
quinoa, I
doesn't
don't like
have-
the taste of that quinoa.
Well, you can mix it.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Rice
I
and
mix-
quinoa? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's what my parents do.
Really?
Yeah, rice and quinoa.
Rice and quinoa.
And then you have your protein. You have you can have protein bars for snack. I mean, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
There's all kinds of ways to
Yeah.
get it right, and you can drink milk if you're into that.
I'm lactose intolerant, so
Okay.
I won't be able to drink milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was like obsessed about getting more protein. Say
Because you want it to get big.
yeah, since the end of December-ish, right? It's like
Did it have to do with that girl?
It's related, but
Oh, okay.
Does she like?
no, she doesn't.
But you think she likes it then?
No, I don't.
Then why do you want to get?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter
Okay,
who
sorry.
I'm seeing. It's just
Yeah.
what I want to
Oh, right,
become.
right, right.
It's
Okay.
how you
Yeah.
want to look
Yeah.
for you to feel
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And I always admire people with a big forearm, right? Because my arms are like kind of skinny ever since I was a child. Somehow my arms were skinnier. I wanted a big forearm, and I don't know, but yeah, my arms always been skinny but muscular, and guys with big arms and they want to be more muscular. So it's like I guess you cannot have them all, but what can I say?
Brian, did you ever
Oh,
want to
maybe.
get huge?
Yeah, there was a time where I
When was
did.
the, what is your biggest
Big motherfucker?
Yeah, biggest you're the walking. Did you ever do a one for the show or competition?
No, I was never like that big. I was, I think maybe 160. It's not even that much.
160 pounds?
Yeah.
That's really low.
Yeah, I know. I was never. There was only a short period of time when I was like, younger that I wanted to be bigger. But so with me, I'm more of a natural guy, right? I don't believe in steroids. I don't believe in, and that's why, everything I do in my life, it's all quite natural, right? So as soon as I started, I was lifting like heavier, and then I noticed some stretch marks in my chest. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm like, oh, I don't want that, because I was like, and I asked the guy. I mean, I used to train with this guy who was like a, you call him like a weightlifter or anyway, he used to lift,
Bodybuilder? Yeah.
yeah, like he would train bodybuilders, but he was back in
More
the day.
powerlifting person.
Yeah, like he was only a 5 foot tall Japanese guy, but he was,
Yeah, that's the one.
he walk around like this, and he tell you all the stories about Arnold Schwarzenegger and those type of guys, right? He goes, yeah, like you have to learn how to walk differently because your thighs are so big that you have to walk differently. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't want
Yeah,
to do
you
that.
can't
no.
turn your neck or anything.
Yeah, that too. And one of my bosses, when I was working in as a trainer, like he was, again, he's a short guy, and see, this is the thing, right? This is where I learned about the whole psychology thing, right? It's like a lot of short guys, they want to overcompensate for their height, so they want to be like jacked, right? So he's this short guy, and he could lift treadmills, like he would move them by himself. But then, he one time he was walking down the hall and he wanted to throw me a pen from behind, and it went, completely. So I'm like, what, and he goes, I have no flexibility, and then, this is not me, right? That's why I took Taekwondo. I want to be functional, so I don't want to be so huge that. Yeah, sure, I can lift all this, but this is all I can move. It's like, like I can't turn, I can't, I have to, yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's not
I
me,
see
right?
dudes at the gym. They can't even do this. Their arms just only because their forearm would be blocked by their
Yeah, they
bicep.
can't even
It's like,
close their hand properly because their hand is so thick, right?
Wow.
And I don't want that. Like when I actually did the pot washing job, my hand expanded, like because I kept putting in hot water and kept using it, and I actually couldn't start. I started to not be able to bend my fingers.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was not cool. Yeah.
all right,
Well, if I'm just eating vegetable, more 95 vegetable like Brian do, right? I after a while I feel like miasmic at one point, right? That's when I feel I need some iron. And,
Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah.
different things, right? Like people say they turn to be vegetarian or vegan or whatever, and then they start not losing their energy, muscle
Yeah.
disappears, all these things,
Yeah,
right?
issues happen to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't noticed a huge thing, right? But I mean, I can always. It's easy for me to introduce a little bit more meat or whatever back in, right? But but our main
Right.
thing is I just want to do more with veggies. That's all, because I know, I hear a lot of amazing things about people that live better quality of life, live longer, don't get as sick as easy. It's good for your a lot of different things, immune system, your health in general. Your cognitive abilities when you're older and stuff like this, and also energy. I've also heard the opposite, right? When you start eating more, like there's all these Olympic athletes that are now vegetarian or vegan, and they recover faster. So that's the other thing too, right? Especially as you get older, you have all this inflammation. This is really where it started for me, right? As I started to get more, I didn't recover as quickly. As I started to get older, different things that never bothered me. Like I go to sleep before, boom, I wake up, I'm ready, I'm Superman again, right?
Wow.
It's like, and then suddenly, you start waking up and you're like, oh, okay, that's, I still feel like a little tight here or a little whatever, so then the joints start talking to you, and then, this is where, the vegetarian part comes in, right? Because that lowers your inflammation, and when you realize meat, actually causes inflammation, sugar causes inflammation, all these different things, right? Then that's why I'm just moving away from that, right?
It's good you are aware of your body.
Yeah, but
How about you, Ricky? Are you eating well?
No, I still eat
You're
the
not
same,
aware of your body.
same stuff. But I notice I eat less meat.
No,
Yeah, as I get
the things
older-
like so because you are delivering. Are you getting a lot of
No,
food
I
from
don't
those
eat-
places?
I don't
Okay,
eat those
okay,
places.
good.
don't
Because
eat
I,
those
because
Look,
I
if you're-
lived off fast food for like years, right? So I know
Yeah.
how detrimental
Yeah.
it could be.
well, I think everybody grew up on it. I grew up on it.
No, not only I grew up, when I was working game age, I said, okay,
Yeah.
I was actually leaving
Yes.
those fast food
Yes.
for like close to
Well,
years, 10 years, right?
one good
Yeah.
thing with me was, even though, I mean, like I said, I've had many different times and years, where like that job where I was telling you I was walking down the halls and stuff. Seriously, I housed nothing but candy, cookies,
Oh my God,
chips, and because I had my own locker, and I had a whole case of whatever it was, Pepsi or Coke, and I had 5 breaks as we worked 12-hour shift. I had 5 breaks every day, and at 9 in the morning when I had my first break, Pepsi time. and my coworkers would be like, holy shit,
Yeah.
Brian. They go, you know, if I had a Coke at 9 in the morning, I would die, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, and seriously, at that time, my coworkers, right, they would be like, Brian, seriously, like you should go check the doctor. I'm pretty sure like your bloodstream is pure sugar, right?
Cholesterol, everything.
Yeah, like you just have Coke running through your veins, right? And I did go to the doctor, but like I said, I always worked out regularly, so I never had any issues burning anything off. But I did go to my doctor, and I had him check everything, and I even checked with him. And when I was busy checking with him, I said, how's my blood sugar? How's my cholesterol? And he goes, is there anything wrong? I go, no, just all my coworkers, they think I'm gonna die because, I'm eating all these cookies, and back then I was known as the Cookie Monster and the Candy Man. That's the sign off for my email at work, right? And because I would walk around with, like, I had to wear
handing out cookies
Yeah,
and
seriously.
candies.
Well-
Like every day's Halloween for you.
Yeah, people would come to my locker and go, Brian, what do you have? And they're like, they want to buy
I feel
juice.
like a cookie. It's like, do you have any cookie? Like, look over his cubicle.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I mean, I was doing it for other reasons at that time too, right? I mean,
Oh, that sounds dirty.
No,
Come to the
so
cookie man.
no, at that time I was also studying. I was reading this book where they said wherever you go that you should bring a gift. I think I told you this before.
Yeah.
That you should bring a gift, even if it's just the gift of wishing people well, because again it goes back to energy. And so at that time I was just learning this, and I was like, oh, okay, so why don't I buy a bag of toffee? So I would spend a couple dollars buy a bag of toffee, and like I just And so seriously,
That's a good strategy.
yeah, and it wasn't about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was. I think I made a lot of friends this way also,
Yeah.
right?
Seriously,
But-
like, if you bring a box of donut every day,
Yeah.
people will come to your desk.
Yeah. Well, people, right? They automatically associated me with some form of pleasure.
Sweet stuff, man. Sweet stuff.
So, girls would be like wondering why I'm keep feeding And but yeah, seriously, they were all in my pockets. I was just like, here, I got toffees today. I got
This is devious.
whatever.
Yeah, I
And
love it.
everyone's like, Brian, like, holy crap! Like that's why my friends were like so worried about me. They thought I was gonna die, right? And I did. I went because they urged me to do it, and my doctor was like, yeah, like, it's not a good idea, but you're totally fine. But it'll catch up with you and whatever. I'm like, okay.
Eventually, eventually
Yeah.
things catch up.
But my best thing before to stay healthy and burn off all that bad stuff was I always worked out regularly. Yeah.
No, but I cannot recommend this because as you get older, bad habits always catch up, right?
Really?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I find as I get older,
So you're saying you've been eating the same stuff, right? What does that mean?
no, I've been eating the same stuff, but if you look at if you zoom out and look at my whole picture,
Okay.
like I've been cutting out meat
Less,
more
less,
Why?
Okay.
Is there a
because I
reason?
just don't feel like eating meat.
Okay.
Like now,
You're turning into a rabbit.
no,
You're
it's
like,
just, it just doesn't feel like it. Because I remember breakfast used to be a big hunk of meat and eggs,
Yeah.
sausages or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's when I was here in Canada, when I was working in Hong Kong,
Mm.
it's just meat,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Meat.
No.
Roadrunner.
Now it's like lentil soup,
Yeah.
I cut
Lentils
in,
are good for you.
I cut in like leftover meat from yesterday's dinner,
Yeah.
and then I'll have some carbs, and then that's breakfast for me now, right?
Mm.
It's just like I don't know. It just felt like just don't need so much meat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm noticing the older I get, the less meat I want to put in my food.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, but it's still
You,
pretty
you
bad.
feel that that's your taste buds talking to you,
No, it's just
or you just feel
it's just
like you don't have an image of you.
maybe I just
being-
can't eat it. Like how you say you have to eat 20 eggs, and you eat so much protein, you're like, oh fuck, I can't eat anymore. That's the same thing
Yeah.
with me.
No.
Unless it's dinner, right?
Yeah.
You give me some fatty meat, I'll just eat all of it.
See,
But-
the guys that used to work with my coworkers who wanted to be big like you,
Yeah.
like they were every time you turn around and you go to the lunchroom, they're like, oh, they're just like, fuck, I have to eat. It's time to eat again.
More chicken breast.
Yeah,
Ah.
they were just like shit, like and yeah, it's a struggle. It's
Yeah,
a struggle.
it is.
right?
It is really hard.
And then he's like, oh, I gotta work out again,
No, but the thing is, they're not even eating the good tasting meat. They're just eating
Ah.
fucking chicken breast,
white meat. They,
the
I
tasteless,
cannot go with the
nasty-ass
white meat.
cardboard
yeah.
meat, right?
Yeah,
At least give me some wings and size for me.
We're talking meat. I'm talking about fucking marbled beef. Some
The
piece of
Kobe.
some piece
whatever,
of pig
beef,
with,
yeah.
with some little fat on it.
Wagyu beef, yeah, okay.
A nice fatty chicken leg or something.
Uh-huh.
These guys are just eating cardboard motherfucking breasts.
I hope they are doing better than that.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
this stuff's nasty.
Yeah, the boss I told you about that had no neck, and he was like 5 foot tall. He would have like, I think 5 chickens a day. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
holy cow.
so yeah, and in order to maintain that
Yeah.
muscle, it's work by itself.
Yeah.
No wonder you felt like, oh, I'm
It's a
I'm
part-time
skinny
job.
guy.
See, and you're like 6 foot something, right? So you got
I'm
a
just-
whole
the
nother
6
foot.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So imagine how many chickens you have to eat.
Can you imagine with all that muscle, you just walking around, but me like clinging to you? And
I
you have to
never-
carry all that shit around. I was like, oh man,
I never
fuck.
got there, so I cannot say. But I mean, I used to be a fat guy. There's a fat guy in me, right? So
Yeah, but fat doesn't weigh as much as muscle, right?
yeah, well,
Yes, it's fluffier.
different. 20
It's
pounds of
fluffier,
fat and
yeah.
20 pounds of muscle are different, I guess. Yeah.
Do girls like hugging a fat guy or a
They
muscle
do.
guy?
I think they do.
Some do,
Some of them.
some do,
Yeah,
yeah.
they like a little teddy bear
Yeah.
or a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Squeeze into that fat and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You have a whole. You can get to the whole dead body. It's very popular too.
You go, look, a nice pillow for you.
And good sensation, the smooth.
You go, you don't want to be with Dustin. He's like all like uncomfortable.
skin and
God.
bone.
Like these shoulders are like fucking wood
But I
boards.
remember when I was a kid, I loved hugging fat people. I see the muscular guys, I don't want to hug them because they're all bony and.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
As a kid, you see the fat people and you're like, yay, fat people.
As long as they're not sweaty.
Sweaty. No, it's like winter and they're wearing
Oh,
sweaters.
they're warmer.
It's like
it's
soft
like
fat
so
people in the
cuddly,
winter, yeah.
When you jump on them, they're like you bounce a little bit.
Even I prefer hugging some fat than just skin. Yeah, just for sure.
Yeah, you want a big girlfriend?
Or not necessarily, but the thing is, it feels so good that
Yeah.
the soft flesh, I guess.
I think I heard it somewhere that it kind of feels like the warmth of a mother. You know?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it reminds you of when you were younger and you were, I don't know, breastfeeding, I guess.
I guess that could be in everyone's psyche who
Yeah.
had a tender love when they were young.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
But yeah, I never wanted to be. There was a brief period when I was training with that guy, you know, where I was like, you know, I learned a few things from him, but then, you know, he also pointed to me, like he pointed out all his guys. He goes, you see that guy over there? You see like you know, and everyone, like you see how his you know, his muscles look like vegetables, look like onions and lettuce and stuff. I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, steroids. Everyone's steroid. I'm like, oh my god, right? And everybody's like ripping out of their skin, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want that. Yeah, no. He used to be like, oh yeah, you look like perfect if you were like 190, and I was like, you know, I used to look at all the magazines, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I want to be like that. But then when I realized, you know, all
The cost of the
yeah,
maintenance.
like you know, you're not actually functional. Like again, the whole thing where he, you know, it was only like for him, he used to do kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of things where he just tried to impress everybody, right? Because you know, again, no one looked like that back then, right? Mm-hmm. So, but you know, you're a freak at that time. I don't want to be a freak. I want to be like, I'd rather be like a martial artist, kind of very functional. You know, I can do all kinds of cool stuff, right? Where wow, you can climb up walls or something, you know. But I don't want to be one of these guys who just walk around, but then. You're like, yeah, he can't turn, he can't do, he has to walk this way.
I see respect all those bodybuilders. I love their shape.
But shape, but then when you, like, if you actually, right, they have to go and chase somebody, they're done. That's it, right?
They're
like
heart attacks.
And they're only good for like a couple reps, you know? Like then they need a rest. They're like,
Yeah, apparently, it getting to their size, their hearts are enlarged and they're
or
prone to heart disease.
more of a steroid, right?
Bless you.
Bless you. Yeah.
No, like just getting that big enlarges your heart.
Oh yeah, and you know, like I forget the guy's name. I think it's Haynes or something like that. I think it's Haynes. But
So
anyway.
many of them died of heart attack.
Yeah, he didn't die. I think he's still alive. But you know, after Arnold, right? I think he won 7 Olympias. This guy won, I think, 8.
Oh, okay.
But he's fucked up, like for life.
Really?
Like he can't walk properly. He fucked up his back. Like
Ronnie Coleman.
yeah, that's him. Yeah, he's messed up now. Like you know, and it's so painful to watch him. Like, and physically, it's painful for him to even work out now. It's
I mean,
crazy.
Ronnie Coleman's era is such a monster they
Yes.
were trying to be.
Yeah, like he would
Yeah.
lift. He would break records
Yeah.
lifting, doing deadlifts and squats and everything.
Yeah.
Like all like weights that you've never seen anyone lift. But he's
Yeah.
fucked up.
That's
now.
what I mean. I don't even look at those era. I'm talking about 1970s Arnoldish time where they're just beautiful to look at. The symmetry and all the
Yeah,
shape
yeah.
of things and yeah.
But you can still be
That's why they call it those criteria Arnold Classic now, right? Those
like
classic
if you look
shape,
at Jean-Claude Van Damme, like he has an amazing body, but he's just normal. But he has such amazing flexibility, and he's still to this day, even though he's a lot older, I don't know how old he is, he can still do the splits.
probably 60, 70 now.
Yeah. Like his face looks old, but you know he is still like you don't like. I'd rather be like him and still everything works great, as opposed to what's his name, Coleman, and he's fucked up
So
for life.
say if you have one body you can be, you'll pick Van Damme.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I believe that you should always have some kind of a role model, or say if it's not real, some fiction or whatever. Something
sure.
you want to
Yeah.
get to, right?
Yeah.
So for example, well, we are all older, but is there something you want to achieve physically, in terms of shape, body?
No, because like I said, I worked out to the point where it felt like my muscles
Yeah.
kind of just.
So you like reach your limit, like the
Heal.
way I reached my limit when I got stretch marks. You're like, okay, that's
I
it.
thought I wanted to get bigger.
Oh, yeah?
I seriously thought I wanted to get bigger, but it just felt like a part-time job. And then the only one working at that part-time job is me.
That's
There's
the other,
no
that's,
friends.
See, that's the other factor for me is I want to get the maximum benefits for my workout time as well. I don't love working out. I don't love being in the gym. I don't love all these things. So all those other guys, again, when like I said, if you really want to be huge, you have to work out like not just once a day. You're talking about like working out 3 times a day, and the rest of the time all you're doing is eating chicken.
Yeah.
So do you want So yeah, again, you have to think about it. You're like, okay, well, for me to look like amazing, which is great, that one person that walks by in the day and goes, holy shit, you look great.
Influencers, yeah.
But all the work that you have to put in, right? It's like it doesn't balance out for me. I'd rather be able to do crazy stuff in badminton, and people go, holy shit, like you're such an awesome badminton. I'm like, thank you. Where and I get the joy of doing it myself. But I do what I do in order to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have to like work out for 8 hours a day and then eat 7 hours a day, doing all this other stuff. And then one person is like, oh yeah, that's great. You have nice biceps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, am I doing, like, it doesn't make sense, right?
I got to a point where it's just like people just, oh yeah, this guy's whatever.
Yeah.
He's kind of fit, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're at the gym, spending your time. Your friends don't come with you because they're living their normal lives.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck am I doing this shit?
Yeah.
But anyways, back to your question. I think there was a point when Jackie Chan had a really nice body.
Okay.
He had when he was like oily and wet, and he had the really nice shoulders. He's like, there's this
He
one
had
fight.
good body like ever since he was like teenager, all the way up.
No,
to
he was started off skinny and ripped,
Okay.
and then he bulked up a bit. I think later, no, kind of mid-career, not early career, but kind of after he got famous.
30 something.
Yeah, and then he got to a point where he balanced muscularity with just athleticism. And I remember seeing there's one picture he was fighting some dude, and he was wearing black gloves, tank top, and he had these really nice looking deltoids.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man, that's a really good look for him.
Yeah.
But afterwards, he just kind of, after he got famous for like a lot of stunts, he didn't really keep that kind of look. Because, he was mostly doing stunts, like he didn't need to look like that big, right?
Yeah, his function is more important to him, I guess.
But you rarely see him looking like that. But that one picture, I'm like, wow, that dude looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the nice amount of mass for what he was doing.
Yeah, I think
So
you
it
should
looked really
always
good.
have some idea in mind, so
Yeah.
you know where you want to go.
Yeah.
You know how much you're deviating from
Yeah,
it.
but I think it looks nice, but I'll never bother going that way because, like I said, it's a part-time job, and it doesn't pay off. It just doesn't pay off.
It better pay off in terms of health and mental.
Yeah, but I think maybe if I put on too much muscle, it's just not going to be good for my kidneys.
Possible.
Yeah. You need a lot of water, and you need to carefully consider your organs before you push yourself to that. Because, it's just eating all that protein is just not good for kidneys.
I didn't ever
I don't
actually think
know how
about kidney
humongous-
health. Yeah.
I don't know how humongous you need to
Yeah.
be, but it doesn't sound like you're gonna need you want to be that big where it's gonna affect your kidneys.
You never know. Like I had a friend.
Yeah, Jackie Chan was a really good role model for you because he's like super athletic and everything, right? So,
Yeah, and he's like 70 now?
Or,
I don't know if he moves anymore, but I'm pretty sure you can.
I think he's still.
Well, let's not compare to 70-year-old Jackie Chan, but 40-year-old Jackie Chan, maybe you can.
But I
still
mean,
get there.
I think that's important too. To if you're going to look at role models, you want to see how they are now when they're 70. Cause
Well,
you're
I said I just like the way he looked. He's not my role model.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
in terms of how he looked.
Yeah, I don't want to climb up walls or flip around. That's not my thing.
No, not yeah.
No, I mean, I don't necessarily. I mean, actually, I wouldn't mind doing the complete splits, but I mean, it's not like an absolute priority. But I like Jean-Claude Van Damme because he's older now. I think how old is he now? Like 60.
You can always Google search.
Yeah, so I think he's probably around 60. And for him, like I saw an interview of him and asked him about his workouts now and what does he do and what does he change. And yeah, his is very functional workouts. Like he does a lot of stretching, and it's great to know that he's still, because a lot of the action stars and stuff like this, like they're not doing so well necessarily, in their later years, right? Because they did certain things that fucked up their body.
Holy smokes. He looks super good.
Yeah, see, just his face, right?
He's 61 years old.
See?
His body is great.
Wouldn't you like him to be
Wow.
your grandpa?
Oh, anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Even he's getting older, I see.
And he's
but-
still doing movies
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, just really bad ones.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
that's great.
By the way,
for-
how old is Jackie Chan now?
I think he's
Our
about
70s.
70.
Our heroes are getting senile. Jackie Chan is
71.
67.
Oh,
67.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Jackie Chan is still doing movies. I hope so.
Yeah.
I love most of his movies,
Yeah.
except a few.
Yeah, most is good enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and I saw him do exercises that motivated me. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. The reason I brought up the goal is otherwise, yes, you don't have the inspiration to hit the gym every day and do the hard thing, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're like, that's the goal.
Well, I have a goal.
You have a goal?
Yeah.
What's
Just
your-
beat diabetes.
Yeah, being healthy is a good goal.
Beat
Yeah.
diabetes. Don't get diabetes. That's my goal.
Ricky, are you working out?
No, my bells are right there.
Okay, so you do like workout, right?
Yeah.
Good.
That's
I know
good.
you work out.
Muscle
Yeah.
tone.
Yeah. I work out like. Actually, my goal this year is working out less. So.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times do you work out per day now?
Like last year, I was working out 4 times a day.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
So, what happened was that I was only working out once, maybe twice before pandemic, right?
Mm.
But because
Once, maybe twice a day.
yeah,
Okay.
but before because one of my New Year's resolution was working out every day, so which
Yeah.
I was working out every day.
That was in 2001.
No, so basically
2021.
what happened was that when I was turning 38, I guess, for some reason my goal said, hey, I'm turning 40 soon.
Mhm.
What can I do? Let's get a six pack. So that's when I started working out every day.
I thought you had a six pack.
No, not when I was 38.
Okay.
So my goal was to get a six pack by when I was 40.
Okay.
Now I got the six pack by the time I was 39. But anyways,
That's good.
yeah. So I got a habit of working out every day. But what happened during the pandemic was because everyone's working from home.
Mm.
So I wanted to train with other people.
Mhm.
So at lunchtime, which is when I used to work out, like at noon I used to work out every day at work, right?
Yeah.
So I brought in other friends, other co-workers into workout. But because we are all doing some YouTube video, it's just, cardio hit usually, right?
Mhm,
For
yeah.
20, 30
Yeah,
minutes. So I had to move my actual strength training in the morning.
Mhm.
So I got into a habit of working out, like first thing I do in the morning, like 7, 8 a.m. Then I was doing noon workout. Then because more people wanted to work after work, I started working out with them at 5 p.m. And just because sometimes and late at night I had nothing to do at home, I would work out 8 or 9 p.m. That's why it becomes 4 times workout, usually 5 days a week for entire 2021. So, but that was taking too much time and energy from me. So my goal this year is that I would work out only twice a day and spend the other time. Actually, my New Year's resolution for 2022 is to write a journal every day.